Let's get started with our second question in this case study. And let's begin by reviewing the main scenario again. Remember, the main scenario repeats in each question in the case study. A company wants to gain insights from diverse data sources and formats to improve business operations. The data sources include audio from call centers, text feedback from customers, product images, and scanned documents. Now let's review the second question in this case study. The second case study question, 2 of 2, is also from task statement 1.2, identify practical use cases for AI. The question reads, which AWS service can identify the global sentiment of customer feedback from text? Reading this question, can you identify any keywords or phrases? Also, what exactly is the question asking? A few keywords I identified are identify, global sentiment, and text. Also, you need to choose the service that can help you identify the global sentiment of customer feedback from text. And keywords for the case study main scenario are gain insights from diverse data sources and formats. Part of the data sources from the case study include text feedback from customers. Now that we have examined the question and identified keywords, let's explore the responses. Option A, Amazon Translate. Option B, Amazon Comprehend. Option C, Amazon Transcribe. And option D, Amazon Polly. Pause the video if you need more time. Okay, let's evaluate the options. Option A is incorrect. Amazon Translate is a service that provides translation between multiple languages. You cannot use Amazon Translate to identify sentiment from text. Option B is a possible correct answer. Amazon Comprehend is a natural language processing, or NLP, service that extracts insights and relationships from text data by using ML. You can use Amazon Comprehend to understand the sentiment of customer feedback in text. Even though this is a possible correct answer, it is a best practice to first review all the answer options and then choose your best choice answer. Option C is incorrect. Amazon Transcribe is a service that you can use to convert speech into text. Amazon Transcribe can facilitate the transcription of audio recordings. However, you cannot use Amazon Transcribe to identify the sentiment of customer feedback. And option D is incorrect. Amazon Polly is a text-to-speech service that you can use to convert text into lifelike speech. You cannot use Amazon Polly to identify the sentiment of customer feedback. So that makes option B the correct answer. That's all for this question and this case study. Be sure to take note of any knowledge gaps that you may have identified while exploring this case study. Let's get started with the next walkthrough question. Let's get started with the second walkthrough question from task statement 1.3. Describe the ML development lifecycle. There are drop-down lists in the answer area, so that tells me this is an ordering or matching question. The question reads, a data scientist is building an ML model. Select the correct ML development stage from the following list for each ML development step. Each ML development stage should be selected one time. Select 4. The stages are feature engineering, model deployment, model evaluation, and model monitoring. Reading this question, can you identify any keywords or phrases? Also, what exactly is the question asking? A few keywords identified are select which makes this a matching item. If it were an ordering item, it would say select and order instead. You need to identify what you, the learner, is matching, which is ML development stage to each development step. Now that we have examined the question and identified keywords, let's explore the prompts and match for the ML development steps. Because the question is a matching question, you need to match each ML development stage to the response that describes what you do in that stage. The prompts read, perform explainability techniques to identify an accuracy of model-generated results. Identify data quality issues, model quality issues, bias drift, or feature attribution drift. Release the model into production so the model can begin making predictions. Select and transform variables to enhance a training dataset. Think through your answers and pause the video if you need more time. Again, the first prompt is perform explainability techniques to identify the accuracy of model-generated results. This matches to the model evaluation stage. Model evaluation is a stage in the ML development lifecycle that typically occurs after model training. During model evaluation, you perform explainability techniques and evaluate the accuracy and performance of the model. The goal of model evaluation is to determine if the model requires additional data fine-tuning, ML algorithm fine-tuning, or if the model is ready for deployment. The second prompt is identify data quality issues, model quality issues, bias drift, or feature attribution drift. And this option matches to model monitoring. Model monitoring is a stage in the ML development lifecycle that occurs after model deployment. During model monitoring, you monitor the model to identify issues that relate to data or model quality and issues that relate to bias or feature attribution drift. The goal of model monitoring is to identify if the model maintains the necessary performance levels and identify when there is drift or model degradation. The third prompt is release the model into production so the model can begin making predictions. This option matches to model deployment. Model deployment is a stage in the ML development lifecycle that occurs after a model is trained, tuned, and evaluated. During model deployment, you deploy the model into production to begin making predictions. The fourth prompt is select and transform variables to enhance a training dataset. This option matches to feature engineering. Feature engineering, which is a step in the ML development lifecycle that occurs during the data preparation stage. During feature engineering, you select and transform variables to create features or attributes. Feature engineering creates features or variables that can help the model generate more accurate results and improve overall performance during model training. Let's check and see if we match the correct functionality to the AWS service. That's all for this question. Be sure to take note of any knowledge gaps that you might have identified while exploring this question. Now is your chance to practice and dive deeper on Domain 1 topics before continuing to Domain 2. If you are taking the Enhanced course, you'll move on to bonus questions, flashcards, and a lab. Whether you're taking the Standard or Enhanced course, you'll see a list of additional resources to learn more about the topics covered.